I was just telling Dory that I am so inspired by what's occurring here. The reason I do what I do in the world is what's happening here with you guys. So to sit and be a part of the World Cafe and listen to you talk and what you're saying and how it's influencing you and impacting you floats my boat, as they say, right? It's my big, hairy, audacious goal that every organization and individual on the planet has access to these kind of skills, which is why we say, what if everyone had coaching skills? So one of the ways that you can practice being curious is to simply stop, look, and listen, right? Is to just say, okay, you know what? It's that, have you stopped to smell the roses kind of thing, right? It's just a side note. And I want to come really back to you now with your own curious muscle, your muscle of curiosity. How many of you would define yourself as a really curious person? Yeah, maybe half of you, not all of you. I get in trouble for being so curious, especially now that we have iPhones that have internet access immediately. When somebody says something like my husband, he goes, I wonder what that is. Oh, let me find out. And it's a joke now, except that now he tells me, well, go look it up. Aren't you going to look it up? Right? Because now he wants to know, and we can't. So it's what we do to exercise and make it okay to exercise our curiosity muscle. Do you hear that sentence? Make it okay to exercise our curiosity muscle in all the contexts of our life. In coaching, in particular, we use it as a tool, absolutely. And hopefully, in modeling that, your coachees are becoming more curious with themselves and with what they know and that they didn't know they knew and all of that. Okay? So, what do you suppose brings us to this space right now of having to have a conversation about curiosity, for heaven's sakes? Are we born with it? We've got a nice, full, healthy little body and a brain that's working. That little baby gets into everything, right? Absolutely everything. And then when they can talk and have that cognitive relation between cause and effect, why? And what do we do? How do we handle that? That's how we got to this conversation today, because of how we handle it. The thing is that what's going to make you better at your jobs, as managers, as employees, as family members, as people in the universe, the big universe, is flexing this curiosity muscle, you guys. We don't get stuck as much. We don't get, oh my God, here's the end, when it's really a new beginning. It's allowing and creating and rewarding that space that will make your job so much easier, right? And it will impact, I don't know, even when the patients or the clients or the whatever your context is, when they experience that with you, that kind of modeling, time and again, it actually it begins to infuse, like a tea bag, infuses the environment. And they take that home with them. Did you know that, Charlene said blah, 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 blah. And I think she's right. Oh, well, let's look at it that way. How about if we try that? Next thing you know, the conversations are going and going and going, right? So do you see how important curiosity is? And it's not something we talk about enough in coaching, right? We talk about the structure, the skills, and in the universe, we know nothing. And we know everything. The paradox of holding the space for somebody else to know their knowing and being okay with that and to explore new knowings, new frontiers in this space-filled room and us, right? Holding that space for that knowing, and then also holding the space paradoxically at the same time for not knowing. For their not knowing and your not knowing, even if you know. It's really weird. And it's important. It's a skill that I've already said to you, I continue to develop every single day of my life, right? And there's some... Being in that not knowing puts you in a place of being curious. I don't know. You tell me. What about that? Tell me more. What else? Those are great coaching questions, right? There's a longtime artist, and this is one of his pieces here that always reminds me that there is absolutely brilliance in expanding into my not knowing, right? So that's what I ask you all to do, is expand into your not knowing and commit to being as present as you can in any given moment with that compassionate objectivity and pure curiosity in the context of the work you do, no matter what it is, right? Helping your other people to do it. And you'll be heck of coaches. You'd be darn good coaches. This is what mastery in coaching is about, guys. You know, you got the framework, you got the skills, you've got the coach approach conversation, you've got the professional kind of structure of the whole thing, and this will make it masterful.